Is Crime 101 worth going to see? I'm fresh out the theater. Let's break it down. Alright, and welcome to the latest episode of What's Happening with me, Casey Foreman. Crime 101, starring Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, and Halle Berry. Now, this is one of the few movies hitting theaters this weekend, and when that happens, it can be hard deciding what is and isn't worth going to see. I'm here to say Crime 101 was a surprisingly good time. You never really know what to expect from movies releasing this early in the year, and ones that have all of these stars more times than not turn out to be more sizzle than steak. But that's not the case here, and I got 3 reasons why. Let's break them down. Before we explain that ending, there were definitely a lot of moving pieces. Reason number 1 this movie is worth a watch: Chris Hemsworth and Mark Ruffalo. These two guys are at their best in this movie, in much different roles than what audiences have grown accustomed to over the past decade or so. Hemsworth as this thief with a moral conscience, and Ruffalo as the veteran detective. Their dueling roles reminded me a lot of Al Pacino and Robert De Niro in Heat, maybe the best heist thriller of all time. Elite chemistry and both characters giving you a reason to root for them. If you made it this far in the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Essentially, you've got Ruffalo's detective, who's always a few steps behind Hemsworth's moves. At first. Then things start getting messy for our thief, who hates hurting people. Barry Keoghan's character gets in the mix, and immediately his presence is felt. He's legitimately a menace in this movie. A little pest that you just can't get rid of, always making things worse for our main characters. And I can't forget about Halle Berry, who is maybe the most likable and relatable character in this movie. But at its core, this movie is about the two Marvel stars. They, more than anything, make this a movie worth going to see. Reason number 2, the LA noir vibes and story. Like I said, Crime 101 gave me a lot of Heat vibes throughout it, between both the cinematography and the plot. I mean, look at some of these camera shots and angles, the use of lighting and color. It's not something you see super often in movies now. And for people like me who think cinematography and creative choices visually really make an impact on a movie, you won't be disappointed with this one. Visually, very pleasing. The plot and story as well, set in LA, where a series of robberies are taking place along the 101 highway. A thief with moral implications, a cop with personal problems, and an insurance broker who's tired of being overlooked. Anyone who likes a good noir crime setting is likely to have a good time. And since we've talked about some of the best heist thrillers of all time, get in the comments and share your opinion. Is it Heat? Do you like the Ocean's 11 movies? Let me know, and maybe we can get a list going down there in the comments. And the third reason Crime 101 is worth going to see, before we break down that ending. This is the dude in me talking. This movie has some intense and extremely fun action sequences and car chases. Now, do those two things alone make a movie worth going to see? Yes. There were multiple times I was holding my breath, just absolutely locked in. Between Keoghan, Hemsworth, and Ruffalo, the action is pretty consistent and does ramp up throughout the movie. But is the conclusion of Crime 101 satisfying? We all know an ending can make or break an otherwise quality movie or viewing experience. The word I'd use to describe it: safe. It's not one that's really gonna move the needle one way or the other, or one I'm necessarily gonna remember years from now. And spoilers ahead for those of you who haven't seen it. After this cat and mouse game that they were playing practically the entire movie, we get Hemsworth and Ruffalo face to face, after the detective was finally able to find out the thief's next move. Thanks to Halle Berry coming clean to Ruffalo after a not so nice interaction with Keoghan. We get a Reservoir Dogs moment where everyone in the room is holding each other at gunpoint, but a very different outcome. Our show is sponsored by Dubby Energy. Are you tired of the same old energy drinks and how they make you feel after the fact? Then Dubby's got you covered with an extensive list of clean energy drinks and deals happening all the time. You can find a link to their inventory in the description of today's video. Go be better and get energized with Dubby. Instead of everyone ending up dead, it's only Keoghan's character, who is shot by Hemsworth, who, for the first time ever, abandons his moral code to save Ruffalo. And with the diamonds still in his possession, a new fall guy in the recently shot Keoghan, Ruffalo lets Hemsworth walk scot-free. A way of saying thank you for saving his life just moments ago, and maybe a reward for his non-violent past. We then find out moments before the credits roll, the detective slipped a few diamonds away from the crime scene for the now former insurance broker, giving Halle Berry's character a satisfying ending after being ripped off by her former employer. Ruffalo is gifted with Hemsworth's classic car, which he wanted all of his life, while he seems to be finally leaving the game behind, talking about Hemsworth trying to reconnect with Monica Barbaro's character. Again, the word I'd use to describe it, safe. Everyone pretty much gets a happy, satisfying ending. Not bad, but nothing really stands out for me. My rating on Crime 101 is a 3.7 out of 5. Between the performances, cinematography, and the action, this is a movie worth going to see in theaters. Make sure your voice is heard in the comments. Will you be seeing Crime 101 in theaters? And for those of you who already have, what are your thoughts on the movie? Did you enjoy it more or less than I did? Make sure you let me know. And that's going to do it for this episode of What's Happening with me, Casey Foreman. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.